Okay, are you vibing with your team and your office, or are you not? What does it look like? Stay tuned. We're going to tell you about team spirit. Oops. Whoops.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Cleo Witt here. Good morning.
Good morning. Top of the morning to you. It's a
Top of
nice
the
day today.
morning. Oh, it's a beautiful. It's yes, summer is here in Sydney. That is for sure.
I love it. I love it. I love just not having to wear layers. Yeah, it's
It's
good.
it's the it's the perfect start, and then it warms up. It's great. Hey, tell me, um, Nirvana sings this song. It's Teen,
Smells
isn't it?
like teen
T E.
spirit.
It's
Yeah,
T E E N, but we've just changed it
yes.
to Team A.
Yeah, I like it. I like big Nirvana fan, and I'm a big team player. So I thought it'd be fitting for this morning's topic because we are a large team at Novak. We've got lots and lots of people, lots of different personalities in the team, and
Lots,
so
almost
many.
50 people in the office.
Sometimes as well, like when everyone's in the office, because people would know with real estate everyone's in and out, so it's not like every minute there's that many people sitting at their desk. But sometimes, gosh, when we're all there, we're a noisy bunch.
It's
Definitely
there,
noisy.
and everyone knows everything in a team. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, how did you know that that person was?
Yes, because we sit so close together, and people in real estate like to talk. That's what we do. We like a chat. We like to talk to each other, and it does also, you get through that daily grind. Have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of a catch up, so to speak. It's great. Um, I think it came off
Pick
the
each
bat
other
with
up
Lisa's
when
top.
people are down.
Yeah, that's right. We do. We band together. We pull each other up. We all have bad days. We all have difficult times. People go on holidays. There's always help, which is what I love about our team. There's always people that, even though it's not their job description, they'll put their hand up and they'll go, "Oh, I'll help you with that," or I'll go downstairs and talk to a client when they're not a receptionist. So many different facets of all the roles we do, but we all do blend and come together in times of need, which is amazing. That's one of the biggest things I love about our office.
So if people are in a real estate company and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not sure this is for me," that's probably your first alarm bell. Do you know what I mean? Going, is part of it luck? Like, is there a, I don't know, like, how do you create? And that word, the word culture, is such an, like, every time I hear it, I'm like, but it's true. How do you know that that's your people before, while you're in a job, or before you take a job?
I think people that are like-minded gravitate towards each other. I'll call it, magnetic pull. I don't know, luck. I think you start in an office or a place, and you can just tell. When you have conversations with the team and with people, you're not automatically going to like the person, but eventually, like, I've got friends that when we first started together, we hated each other. Now we're the best of friends. We've, watched our children grow up together, and, it didn't start off as that organic friendship. But, I think if you feel supported where you are, and there's people around you that can guide you when you're first learning and you're training, or even if you've come from another office, you might have had a bad experience in a different office, and then you come to your new office. There's friendly faces there. Once, if you've got friendly faces and you're not just stuck at a desk told to do tasks, and then you just go home like a robot. I feel that's where our culture comes in as well. We've got so many different age groups, cultural backgrounds, and it all just seems to work and gel together. We're all very respectful of one another, you know. And I think laughter is a good point, you know. If you can't have a laugh, you know, and it's all serious 24/7, it's not going to work. We all like to have a bit of a, you know, joke around
Yeah,
here and
you
there.
got to have a bit of a laugh. How
I
do you
think so.
know that's your office? How do you know that when you're like from the outside in and you're going in a job interview? How do you know like they're my people?
Good question. I don't know that you would know that straight away from an interview. I still think you need to be
Yeah,
there for a while. It's not going to be like straight away you walk in and you're like, yep, I'm here. I've arrived.
yeah.
Maybe some people. But, you know, I think if you can catch up for, you know, a drink or a friendly game of, you know, pickleball or whatever's your thing with someone from work, I think that also is a testament. If you want to spend more time with the people that you work with, I think that's a good
Ooh,
indication, you know, or you want to have
yes.
a longer chat. I don't know how many times like I could pick up the phone and talk for 2 3 hours with some of my colleagues, and we've only just been together for 8 hours anyway, like. So I think
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
good
You just
indication as well.
if you're shooting the shit. I do love, and we do this. I do love a try before you buy, and it's two way. So I do love when we conduct interviews. We often say to the people that we're getting along well with in a job interview, come in for a day, come in for a week, paid, and just suck it and see, and then often you get it that people get a really good idea of that. Maybe it's not even it's something. I don't know if it, like you said, spirit or vibe, or I don't know what that whole thing is. But I think in a at a job interview opposite a desk, you can't really get that sitting at a table. But when you are there and you're sitting there and you're working and you're like 8 hours and then another 8 hours, you get a terrific idea.
For sure. It's like what they used to call prac, you know, you go do your degree or you study, and then you go to the actual job and you see what it's like, you know. Because being in a classroom or a TAFE or a college or a university is not gonna it's not gonna be in a real environment of what it is that you want to do. And I think once you come into our office and you sit in the chair and you listen to all the different conversations and see all the different things that are happening, you're going to get a great indication of what it would be like to work there. And that's, you know, as raw as it's going to be, and as authentic as it's going to be. And I think you'll be able to learn pretty quick whether or not you'll fit in there. And if not, that's okay as well. You know, we've had many people that have come in and said, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to try something different. That's totally fine, and we don't take offense to that. Like I said, we like meeting new people. We like chatting with people, you know, and property and housing and all the things we do in real estate, you know, you've got to really love. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that everyone that we have, you know, absolutely loves their job. They love coming to work. You know, not all the time. You might have a few things that are hairy and you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that today.
No.
But all in all, there's people in the office you can unload to, you can have a chat with, you know, and you get through it because of that team that we have, that culture that we have, you know, no burdens too big to share, things like that.
Is is it do good teams with good spirit work on the spirit? Does it come naturally? Does it come from the bottom up? Does it come from the top down? Like how is that? How do you nurture it, or how is that formed, in your opinion?
I think it comes to a little bit of natural, but you do work at it. You work at it over time. You build these relationships with people over time. You know, we have colleagues that we've worked together for over 15 years. That's a family. That's not just a colleague, you know, that's people that you've, you know, grown with. You've had kids at the same age, you know, all that sort of stuff. You know, you've gone through all these milestones, whether it be work, outside of work. And I feel it is a thing that you work at. It's not always perfect. You know, you will fall in and fall out. You know, at the same time, the job is still the job. You're still going to do the work, but those relationships are layered, and I think those layers build up. And you do actually have to work at those. You have to compromise. You have to be understanding, empathetic,
Compromise, yeah.
all those things with any friendship, any work relationship. But I feel like in our teams, we do naturally start in that nurturing position, usually because we're training young people, and then we, you know, slowly build them up and they build us up, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it is a bit organic, but you do have to work at it as well.
Consciousness of all of that. Do customers feel it? Do they comment on it? Do they? Doesn't matter. They just want the job done. What's the go there?
I think our clients know that we do have a very strong team culture. You've only got to come to our Novak events where our landlords will come and they'll speak to people and they'll go, "Oh, Cleo, you're the oh, I've spoken with your, you know, your other team member." They know we all work as a team. They haven't only ever spoken to just that one person. There's still going to be other people in the business that have been touched, like whether it's a sales agent giving them an appraisal, whether it's, you know, Charlie on reception downstairs, you know, all the personalities. I feel our clients do tend to get to meet and know, especially at those events. I think those events are a big testament on how our clients also, you know, vibe with us. We always get so many people in the office and they just love coming in. We love, you know, educating people and our community on what we do. And, you know, you love it in particular, Mark. And I think, you know, we also build these friendships with our clients. You know, I've got some landlords that I would say we're friendly with. Like I've managed their properties for 15, almost 20 years now. If I pick up the phone to talk about something to do with work, there is never a time when they don't ask me, "Oh, how's the kids?" You know, and then we touch base and have a full on conversation. Bronx, Tina, Mel, everyone does
Great.
it, you know. So it's good. It's good. You
So
know,
the team's not only internal; it starts having tentacles out with your clients.
totally
They're
branches
part
out.
of the team.
Definitely. Tenants come and, you know, they buy properties and then tell us all about, you know, where they've moved on. They come in, they pop in for a coffee, even when they don't rent through us anymore. And we have a great chat. They bring their dogs in. Like it's just a community. I think it's our Northern Beaches spirit as well as our community. And real estate, I think, is a bit of a hub for it. Novak's definitely a hub for it. And you know, I'm looking forward to going into the office right now, having a coffee and a chin wag about what I watched last night while I do my job.
There it is. There it is. Cleo, thank you so much for talking about this topic. Hopefully, it can help people out there a little bit about what we do and gives you a bit of insights into our business. So, thanks, Legend.
See you later. Bye, guys.
Have a great day. See ya.